Honey, what are you thinking?
What's going on, good people? Man, what's up? How's everybody doing? Today's question is gonna be a little bit easy. It might not take too long to answer. It's actually pretty simple. It goes something like this. Why do you do the bro hug? Well. The bro hug. First of all, what's the bro hug? If you don't know the bro hug, maybe you haven't seen men do that. That not so usual. It's not the traditional handshake or the traditional hug. It has like a million other names. There's the get over here hug. There's bring it in hug. There's a pound hug. There's pound shake. There's sharing some brotherly love. There's dude hug. Bro grab, bra hug, thug hug, man hug, all those names. But it basically belongs to the same thing. It just means basically the same stuff. It's just a bro hug. The reason we probably do it that much is it's generally accepted for most men to hug. So, and not in the traditional way of hugging. So sharing some brotherly love in a guaranteed, acceptable, socially friendly way, no matter where you might be. Heck, we do it everywhere. We might be in the church, in the streets, at the bank, while the cop is just staring at you. All of you out there doing the bro hug. So maybe even at the supermarket, we do it just about everywhere. It's quite common to see guys doing it normally, instead of the normal hug. And the bro hug, usually it's apart from just the occasional handshake. Mostly a bro hug just covers it. We don't need to do the handshake or the normal hug, unless you're a stranger, of course, or if you're a friend. You're definitely getting the bro hug. And if you're a friend of a friend, chances are you're just getting a handshake. It's usually just meant for really close friends or real bros. And trust me, it has nothing to do with being afraid or insecure to do the real hug, the two-arm hug. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just how it feels better. It feels good. We're just used to it. And it just feels much better this way. Come to think of it, if a law was passed today saying, hey, no more bro hugs, they do a lot of damage. We'd probably not hug anymore. It would be quite sad, to be quite frank, to be quite honest. Having to resort to handshakes, even when you meet a bro you haven't seen in like 5 years, 3 years, maybe even 4, 6 months, 5 months. I hope that day never comes. I hope the day that they decide to cancel the bro hug, or to say, oh man, this thing just ran out of fashion. Quite frankly, it's not running out of fashion. It's not like slang and stuff like that. It's here to stay. You'll be seeing it for a lot more years to come. That's just how common and how comfortable it is, and how much we got used to it. So on the subject of maybe I should point out one of the reasons why we do it, because the main question has been why, and I mentioned comfort. It just feels better. So moving on from that to a different point, sometimes it just might have to do with we like keeping a little bit of distance when we are next to other men, rather than be way too close to each other, like our bodies are touching or rubbing and all that. We just tend to keep a little bit of a distance between each other. So by keeping distance, mainly it has nothing to do like with not the whole body, and definitely not the head, because we're not like doing headbutts or anything. It's mostly about the pelvic region. We try to keep as much distance between our pelvic regions as possible. They cannot meet or get anywhere close to each other. Remember, also we are putting our faces away from each other. When we are hugging, when we are doing the bro hug, our faces basically go separate from each other in a different direction. So we're generally not kissing or anything of the sort. So as you see, the bro hug serves a lot of different functions. It's not just hugging and everything. It has a lot more, like keeping the distance between our pelvic regions, just like I mentioned. And moving on. Some I've heard some guys say the bro hug is just not real enough, or that we are just covering up our affection in toxic masculinity, but it has nothing to do with that. We are not covering up anything. If anything, we are showing love in the best way we know possible, and it feels good. It feels great. We are not doing nothing different from that. It's the purest form of greeting between two very happy men, just really excited to see each other, and it just couldn't get any better than that. I don't see any other better way to do it. Maybe we might come up with a different way, but in the meantime, it's probably sticking around. And some of us might say, I've heard some people, both ladies and gents, saying we're just being homophobic. We're afraid of being portrayed as gay, but definitely nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with some guys. Maybe they're afraid of being quoted as being gay, but most of us not really. It's just a heterosexual man or a group of heterosexual men trying to. Okay, all right. Sometimes might be guys just trying to send out that message that hey, we're straight here to everybody else, but generally it has nothing to do with that. Even gay guys do the same bro hug. Yeah, they do the same bro hug, so it has nothing to do with your or with our sexuality. But it kind of, for some people, it kind of helps to steer clear of that notion. If you don't want people thinking anything of the sort, like you don't want people thinking you might be gay or something. So yeah, it might work in that way too. But most of us, it's just the accepted norm, the way we know how to greet each other. And while asserting, at the same time, we are asserting our masculinity. Not that we're thinking about it like, oh, we are asserting our masculinity. If we were doing that, if that was the point, we'd be doing this kind of greeting. I've seen really muscular guys doing it, like they hold their arms up there and they're almost like trying to wrestle each other or something. I've seen that, so that's definitely not it. It has nothing to do with proving masculinity. It's just having fun, greeting a friend, greeting a guy you haven't seen in a while, just being happy about it. That's all there is to it. I mean, ladies tend to look like they're having a lot of fun when you guys kiss and embrace and all that. So for us, since there's definitely no kissing, that's all we got, and that's all we try and use it as much as we can. And some guys might probably have something to say about that, about the homophobic part, but generally some guys might give that as a reason why they tend to avoid the real hug. But I welcome all opinions and suggestions. This is just my way of thinking and how I see it, and that of like-minded men and what other men like me think. And just to show you how sometimes if people haven't done it before, some guys, or maybe they're just not used to it, or you get the messages mixed up, I'll put a video or maybe just a GIF, GIF image, just to show you that it was Kanye and John Mayer. You've probably heard of that. Instead of a video, I'll just put an image. And with that, I think I'm done explaining why we do the bro hug. And I hope you got it. It has nothing to do with fear. It has nothing to do with feeling like, oh, what will people say if I do a real hug? It has nothing to do with us not being connected to our real emotions. No, it's just us having fun and giving real hugs. Nothing more to it, nothing less to it. That's just the way it is. Any more questions about it? Please let me know. I'll be more than glad to answer. And if I think of anything else, although I pretty much just covered it, because it's just that simple. It's just a bro hug. We are just having fun. The first time I see a friend I haven't seen in a while, or a really good friend, or a best friend, of course, maybe by surprise, maybe we planned a meeting, I'll be more than glad to jump and run for the bro hug. I'll never go with both my arms extended, like waiting for that embrace. No, it's not happening. I might leave that for maybe family, and mostly for male cousins, for my brothers and all that. We still do the bros hug. If I'm hugging my aunt or my mom and people like that, no problem. For the ladies, for the females, you get the real hug. Gents, if I know you, we're friends, we're family, you're getting the bro hug. If you're not, you're a stranger, just like I mentioned before, you're probably getting the old traditional handshake. Anybody else, you're getting a really nice, warm, not that tight, a little bit of distance between us. And the best way to put that, the formula, the guaranteed, it's been tried and tested and it works perfectly for both adults who know what's happening, who know they're coming in for a bro hug. It can never go wrong. It rarely goes wrong. It has a huge success rate. Give it 99.9% success rate. If it goes wrong, the guys doing it don't know how to carry it out. They're basically fumbling around, throwing their hands all over the place. They got no... it doesn't take a genius to do it. Just put your hand up, get it right, close in, pull each other in. You're both laughing, you're both happy, and all that. Pretty simple, right? So until next time, stay safe. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Bye-bye.